days, leather, steel, and fire. The open roads are thrown by your life televised, we're breaking every bone. Adrenaline surges, brace off the fall. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing me. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. With HardWire, the crowd screams our name. Chasing down the shadows, we're addicted to the fame. Chains rattling loud, the brotherhood's alive. Every episode turns up, we're here to survive. From dusk till dawn, we're the keys of this thrill. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing me. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. On the edge of chaos, we embrace the feel. Hitting it with HardWire. We'll always be here.
Hey, welcome to Hittin It with HardWire, where HardWire is HardWire. And my peeps are my peeps. How's everybody doing out there? My shit button is offline. Oh no. Let me plug it back in. I don't know why it shuts off once in a while. It's on a little USB stick in the back of my board. And sometimes it just decides not to work. How's it going, Mike? And Naomi, this is a shirt I bought down there. Down there in Alabama. And yeah, I had a good time down there. I've been looking at fireworks specials for next year. So I can try to find some fireworks and like add to the pile of fireworks for next year, because it's going to be even better than last year. Last year was good. Next year going to be even better. And when I was in Gettysburg, I bought this cool new. I showed you my big Rambo one. Well, people keep giving me shit about it. These aren't my usual glasses. My usual glasses are out on the bike because I forgot them. What was I saying? I forgot already. That's how my brain works. When I was down in Gettysburg there, I got me a new kniff. I showed you my big one. That's what I was talking about. Showed you my new knife. I bought the big one. People keep giving me shit about it. Hey man, that thing's huge, man. It gives the cops a target to pull you over and all that. So I bought a smaller one while I was down in Gettysburg. Check out the handle on that though. Excuse me. I was just stuffing my face. Got a nice mosaic pin. Guy's initials that made it are in there. Very nice. Smaller. It's not like my big Rambo one, so people will keep giving me shit about it. Also found this at a little truck stop. I'm debating on what to do with it. I might attach it to my bike, or maybe it's made to be worn around your neck, I guess. Which is, I don't know, weird. Knife necklace. But it says Harley Davidson on there, and little skimpy knife, but pretty cool. It's like a Kydex or whatever. Thought about like using this and like putting it on my boot for a good boot knife. At any rate, what's happening, Motobomb? Seen Frank was in there earlier, and there's Gary. Let me see if I can turn this thing on here. Where'd it go? Show comments. I don't know why they need to make them bigger. The little window sucks. Yeah, I'm already planning next year. I may not be able to do anything at all till then because we actually borrowed money to go down. So it's going to probably take us another year, a year to pay off like the previous year. So yeah, it's all right. We had a good time. It was worth it. Went on a ride yesterday. Got my bike put back together. Uh, turns out I think the little shifter attaches to the shaft. The the shifter was kind of rounded out on the inside, so I just went and bought a new one. And the bolt was messed up. If you held the bolt up, you could see the bolt was like all fucked up and swollen in the middle. So I got new. If you looked on the bolt, like people were giving me shit, like I should have had it done because Rural King and Lowe's and Menards, they all sell bolts, and I said, yeah, they sell black oxide because it's a 5/16 24, which is a fine threaded 5/16 socket head cap screw, which is Allen. And no, I found some black oxide ones, which black oxide is not good for outside if it's going to be out in the weather. Tips from an engineer, I guess. Stainless steel is not strong enough. Stainless steel is typically weaker than regular steel. Stainless steel wasn't going to work. I ordered from McMaster Car. I don't know how they do it. I think they got one in Ohio, but I got them the next day. I thought I ordered grade 8 because if you look on the Harley bolt, it's a grade 8 bolt. But they were A571 bolts, and I had to use Gemini to say, "Hey Gemini, look up A571. What is that?" From the engineer, I don't usually work with that shit, but it's actually a little bit stronger than grade 8 typically. So they worked. Put it on there, and I ordered a new one, a new shift lever from Parts Express. Shout out to Parts Express. They're pretty good. Place to order shit. But it won't be here till tomorrow. And I need to go on a ride Saturday in the rain. The rain kind of sucked, but it could have been worse. It was only a light rain. They was calling for major storms, and one rolled through while we was at the party. So we missed most of the rain, and bike didn't fall apart. Didn't have no issues. It was nice. It was a pretty nice ride. The old lady got to go along. They had a singer there, like a little concert thing. Had a whole bunch of different. They're kind of like country rappers, but not. I guess they're like crappers. No, I don't hate that as long as it's like, I don't know, hip hoppy, dancey kind of, and it's not just like rappy and and not too fast like Eminem does some shit that's like stupid. And the guy's name is Rich Regal. Shout out to Rich Regal if you get a chance to check him out. Some of his stuff's pretty good. He his main spiel is white trash mofo, and he even has little patches that say white trash mofo on it. And his one song is called White Trash Motherfucker. It was pretty good. Pretty good day. Went on a little longer than, but there were some storms roll through while we was there. What? Wow. See, I thought I liked you for a minute. Then you're gonna go and say something like that.
Shit.
There, my shit button's working again.
Shit.
I think you're projecting, Naomi. That's what you like to do, isn't it? Oh no, no! You two girls will not text each other and team up on me. That's not how this works. You're not allowed to do that. Not cool. Fucking women, anyway. Conspiring against me. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to bring this bad boy down here. Chop me off a hunk of this here. Oh boy, that's a big hunk. Yeah. It tastes terrible though. Tastes like
Shit.
So how is everybody anyway? Just curious. Oh, you're testing whether or not I'm even paying attention to the chat. Of course I pay attention to you guys. Most of my show is just me talking to you guys anyway. So if I could, I'd just have like, I don't know. I seen them do it on Twitter. They can do it on Twitter. They have these little audio chats where everybody can get in there and like kind of take turns. We can talk back and forth to each other. It's pretty cool. What's up, Tony? What's happening? That was what movie was that from? Born in East LA with Cheech Marin in it. What's happening? You got to act like an American, and you got to wave your hat and act like you're waving a fart, man, and say what's happening. How many people ever seen that movie? If you ain't seen it, go see it. Born in East LA. That's actually pretty funny. Pretty funny movie. I believe was from the 90s. I think. Not 100% sure, but 90s or early 2000s. It's old. But it was hilarious. And most of the people who like are Cheech and Chong fans have never, some of them have never even heard of that one. That was a good flick. I consider myself somewhat of a connoisseur of movies and shit. Trying to make sure there ain't no food. I was up there. That's why I was a little bit late. I was up there waiting for my old lady to cook. We had breakfast for supper. We woke up late. We didn't get home till almost 2 in the morning, which was really late for us. I slept till noon. I ain't slept till that late in a long time. I said, I figured it out. Now I know why I can never sleep in. It's because I go to bed earlier. If I just stay up later, I can sleep in later. That's why whenever I was younger, I used to always sleep in later because I was always up late. That's some of it, right? Some of it. I'm drinking Grape Crush. I am allowed. I'll drink like one or two of those sometimes in a day. It's like drinking candy. It's like a candy drink. Isn't that what all pop really is? I hear they're going to start using real sugar and sodas again. That'll be nice. That high fruit. I swear that high fructose corn syrup shit. While the whole reason they did that was to try to help out farmers and shit, corn farmers. Yeah. Ever since they started, fucking dog hair on me. Ever since they started using that shit, everybody's health has severely declined. Oh, shit all over me. Fucking dog. Oh, and you remember my? I'm pretty sure I showed it to you guys that I made my first ever sheath. I made for one of my knives, and made it myself. And when we went to Gettysburg Bike Week and come home, my dog found it, somehow got the knife out of it, and ate the fucking sheath. What the fuck? I swear he tries to get revenge against me. He doesn't eat none of her shit, just my shit. And he doesn't do it unless we're like gone for a long time and he gets fucking pissed. I swear it's a revenge thing. Uh, I have ridden a horse once when I was young, very young, and somebody led it around on a leash thing. Only time I've ever rode a horse. I would do it. Just never really had the chance or opportunity or knowed anybody that had a horse I could ride. I grew up though. There was horses behind my house. Was my aunt's. One of them was real nice. We used to feed it all kinds of shit. They like watermelon rinds and corn cobs. They eat the fucking corn cobs that you won't eat. They like them. We used to feed them all kinds of crap. And the one was mean and the one was nice. The one, if you had to, if you wanted to feed it, you had to just kind of throw it at it. Because if it gets too close, it'll fucking bite you. But I would ride. I would go horseback riding again. I don't know. I'm not against it. If I had a way to do it, I would. I did hear Dr. Harley say that something about that down there at Gettysburg. They have a horseback ride tour where you could tour some of Gettysburg on horseback. Next time I go, I'm going to have to consider that. But I don't know if I should go on a horseback riding tour if I've only ridden a horse once. That might not be an ideal scenario. I don't know. We can test that scenario next time we come down. Next time when we're eating, I'm gonna chuck some shit at you and see if you come at me. Ask my wife. I do it to her all the time. We have food fights. Usually it's just like all the little fries that they fucking stick in there and the little crunchy ones that you can't really eat. I fucking chuck them at her. Don't worry. She does it right back. I mess with her a lot. She messes with me a lot. It's great. We're two peas in a pod. She's the evil one, though. You know how your like significant other is supposed to keep you out of trouble? Mine likes to get me in trouble. I didn't think I chucked it at your head. I don't remember. I was pretty intoxicated on the 4th. Intoxicated amongst other things. That Beezer's a bad influence, man. I'm telling you. He's not here today. I can't really talk about him. He can't defend himself. Ah, Mike throws me under the bus. Look at him. You're never supposed to fucking throw a brother under the bus. What the fuck? Man.
Shit.
Oh, good times, good times. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Tommy. I appreciate you. We're just bullshitting. That's what pretty much my show has turned into is the HardWire and Insane Wheels Network bullshit session. just something on Sunday to fill the extra day when Mike's not on. He's on. He's a hardworking feller on Monday through Saturday. Works 6 days a week. Wait a minute, what's your shirt? I hope it goes well, whatever it is. If, are you getting a breast reduction or something? Just fucking with you. Yeah, and I was also wearing them goofy glasses. I don't know, not too many people. Black Dragon were turned around and panned over at me, and he said, "There's Mike." Well, he said, "There's Mike, and there's Hardwire, 1%er over there," and I just kind of went, not too many people. I don't think noticed the goofy ass glasses I was wearing. I thought it was hilarious, but then when you're drunk, everything's hilarious. Drunk and fucking stoned and everything else. You guys, I'm telling you, fucking bad influences on me. Hey, don't worry. Hey, I've said this repeatedly. I forget everything anyway. You seen it just a minute ago. You got sidetracked for a second, forgot what I was talking about like 2 seconds earlier. And I was like, I got the memory of a fucking goldfish. I can blame it on the head injury. See this big scar on my forehead, or you can get the light off of it. See this scar? That's because when I was 24 years old, I was in a oil rig accident. I smashed this whole side of my face. When I fell off the rig, like the rig went over, I fell off the rig, and from the rig platform to the rig, and then there's a big derrick in the middle. Okay, the rig went like this, and I ran over to the side. I thought about jumping off. I remember that, but it's like 15 feet in there. I'm like, fuck that. And it's all in a big hurry. I looked at what they call the V door straight in front of me, where the pipe comes in. I went, what the? There was 2,000 foot of pipe setting up in the derrick. Okay, and all you could hear is the pipe clanging together, and this is all a matter of like a second. I'm like, look at the V door. I'm like, man, I go that way and slide down the V door. What if the pipe falls that way? Fuck. I go this way. Oh, I'm gonna jump off. No, that's too fucking high. I can't do that. And I look at the steps, and I go for the steps, and as the rig flips sideways, the steps kick up and fall, and I fell and bashed my head off of them steps in midair and did a backflip and land on the ground. And I remember I put my hands up like this, like I was trying to block it, and it still I don't know how it broke. Honestly, that doesn't make any sense. I know I tried to put my hands up to protect myself. Apparently, you'd think it would have broke my hands instead of my skull. I never really thought of that. But I tried to block it, and I just remember waking up on like I didn't like pass out, so I don't mean waking up. But I remember like going, oh fuck, felt like somebody punched me really hard, and I was in shock, seeing stars and shit. And I yelled for help. Like, if you know anything about rigs, they're always really loud. All the engines just kind of fucking died. Okay. And I yelled for help. Nobody said anything. I got up, all fucked up and shit. I'm like bleeding everywhere. And got up and walked around the rig. And my boss says, well, my nickname was Wolf hence why I got it tattooed on me. It says Wolf. My nickname was Wolf for 30 years. Okay. He says, Wolfie, I think you need to sit down. And all I could think about is all them movies, that you see that say, if you want to stay awake, if you have a head injury, that's the thing. You always want to stay awake. So I said, if I sit down, I'm going to pass out. So I apparently I read on a report that they found me. I was leaned up against the fence post. Both my eyes were swole shut. I don't really remember anything all through that part. I just remember thinking I was going to die. I was sure I was going to die. And that's scary at 24 years old. But I blame my memory for that, on that, even though it's probably partially because I'm retarded. Well, there was a lot of shit flying around in there at Mike's house. I don't even know if Mike was paying attention or not, but there was more things floating around in there. And I was taking them damn weed gummies. I think we had Xannies in the trailer in the camper. We took a few. We take a few every once in a while. I think I was taking a couple of them. Yeah, it was a good mixture of shit not supposed to mix. So if you don't want to mix things, here's all the things you don't want to mix. And HardWire is an idiot. That's all right. I didn't die. But did you die? No. Did you die? No. Oh well, fuck it. It's all good. You'll pay for it later. Later on down the road, it's just cuts off the years you didn't want anyway, right? When I get old enough that I can't take care of myself, I'm ready to go. Like, there wasn't no other woman there. Oh, well, the neighbor woman was there, but that wasn't a thing. Maybe he was kissing his blow up doll. Who knows? It was a pretty crazy party. It was almost like I don't know.
Shit.
Oh yeah. Right. Nobody died. Nobody went to jail. Mike didn't blow himself up. He stood back while his dad lit the fireworks, and they bought a bunch of longer fuses and kind of fused them together so that he could light them and come back and enjoy the fireworks, which worked out pretty good. The delay between was a little long, but it's experiment. You learn how much and how to do it. You know, I was watching. I've been watching a lot of fireworks videos, and I've been learning some terminology about shit and learning how they do a lot of these fuses. And a lot of them, what they'll do is use little zip ties, but you gotta be careful not to yank them too tight, because if you yank them too tight, it'll kill the fuse. But a lot of them use little zip ties and zip tie them together. There's a lot of fireworks is actually, you know, but people make a living out of it, I guess. There's a lot to it, and it's really cool. You can get some really cool fireworks if you uh, get your license, and you can step up from the consumer grade fireworks to the there's another tier of professional grade that aren't that much different. But I guess if you have your license, and you can get good deals on those, because not everybody can get them of the professional grade. Maybe I had to look into it. They find out the shenanigans I want to pull, they'll be like, "No way, Jose! You ain't getting no. We ain't giving you no license. You just want it for shenanigans." Like, guilty. Yeah, you got me. I was trying to watch the news for the last couple of hours, just try to see what's going on right now, and it's really not anything all that interesting going on. The Epstein bullshit. Uh, I think Trump's fucking kind of in a rock and a hard place now. No matter what he does, nobody's going to believe it because when he said no the first time, everybody was immediately kind of like, oh, no. And now, no matter what he does, if he says no, it's a cover up. If he lets it out, it's been changed, right? And it's still going to be a conspiracy cover up thing. Oh, young kids. What do you think about? So who's moving where? I'm sure Mike's not moving. So you're gonna have to move from North Dakota down to Alabama. Okay. That's the first thing I think of or used to whenever if somebody wanted to be in a long distance relationship. I'm like, am I going to go there? Is she going to come here? We got to figure something out eventually. It may not be anytime soon, but I always try to thinking ahead like that. I'm trying to take a quick peek here to remind myself of what all's going on. I think they come up with a ceasefire agreement in Syria over Israel-Syria thing. Just a side note: when we was riding as a pack down through a town, let's just say a town, was riding through as a pack, we come across a bunch of protesters out on the corner with their signs, and it's funny because one of the guys up towards the front just started arguing with them, like "fuck you guys, fuck you," blah, blah, blah. And I honked my horn and flipped the bird as it ran by. It was funny. It was quite hilarious, actually. They are fun to mess with. It was just a bunch of dumbass kids. I guarantee you they would have never in a pack of bikes and bikers or one percenters. They would have never had the balls to come up and actually say anything. Guarantee. Yeah, I keep forgetting there's a little bit of a lag between what you guys are saying and what's going on here. But yeah, that's really the only thing that's going on in the world that I think I think Russia said that they're ready to come to the table and talk, which they've said before. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I think Putin just wants Zelensky to give up most of the country. And Zelensky don't want to. And it's like, come on, how are you going to come to an agreement? The guy isn't going to want to give up his country, but he's got to concede some, or the war's never going to end until one side's like decimated to the point where they're just got to give up. Kids. What it was like to be young. I'd like to be young again. Just how old, I'm not sure. I always thought it was more fun. I don't know, when you're like 19, 20 years old, like getting alcohol and the sneaking around drinking was more fun. And when you got to be old enough, like it was really neat to be able to go in and buy beer and go into bars for a little while. That shit wears off. And then when you're 18, you get 18 to look forward to because you get out of school and you can buy cigarettes and things. You got 21 to look forward to buying booze, but after 21, we got to look forward to dying. That's the only thing. There's nothing left to look forward to as far as age is concerned. Well, listen, compared to me, you're a kid. I know I used to get irritated when people said that. Fuck, call me a kid. Dude, when they ID me now, I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Like, here, I'm more than happy to show you. That's so cute. You think I'm not old enough to buy beer? I know. Jeez, look at this. I remember getting offended by that too at one point. So I get it. Get your feelings hurt. Oh, did you get your feels? Did I tickle the feels and make you hurt a little bit? Oh shit. At any rate. Ooh, I hear there might be some they're considering some pretty serious charges against the Kamala Harris and her campaign, that whole charade of her spending all that money. Yeah, I hear that's firing up. I sure hope they do, dude. That's terrible. The amount of money that she spent trying to get elected and lost, and the amount of money that poured through her campaign. Dude, that should be illegal. You know how many people, how much good that in the world that money could have done? Like $1 billion fucking dollars. Yeah, that's disgraceful. Whenever that kind of money gets thrown around for somebody to get elected, there's a fucking there's a serious fucking problem. Like the world is broken. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. My old lady's a good bit younger than me. My whole life I've always dated younger women. I'm not 100% sure if that was just the way it worked out. I think two women I've went out with were older than me, and that was it. And I don't know if that's necessarily a conscious choice or not, but my old lady is trying to do the math, 8 years younger than me. 8 year, I think 8 years, I think younger than me, and the farthest I ever went was 11 years younger than me, and that was it's hard to have a conversation with somebody that's that far removed from you because when you start talking about things you grew up with, or like they have no fucking clue what you're talking about. It's it's difficult when you can't relate in life experiences. It's difficult. I used to say that kind of thing, and I tried. I really I really tried. Every person I was ever with, I legitimately intended on that person being the last, and it just didn't work out that way. And I used to tell people all the time, "Hey, I have been with fewer people than almost everybody I know, and I I just don't even consider that a thing anymore. I don't pay no attention. I'm still very low in the numbers, but if I sat here long enough and try to think about it, I could figure it out. But fuck it anymore.
Shit.
Yeah. Shit. But I tell you what, I can count on one hand how many times I've ever cheated on somebody. 0, never. I've never cheated on anybody. And I consider that a very good thing. And I know there are temptations out in the world, but I find the easiest way to like not get tempted is to not do a lot. Don't put yourself in situations where you could be tempted. And no matter what anybody says, and that goes for anybody, you in the chat too. No matter how much you've ever drank or did anything, if it's ingrained into your morals to not do something, you won't. I've had people throw that literally when I was younger, I had girls throw themselves at me. And I had no problem, even when intoxicated, saying no. If you have morals and it's absolutely embedded into your psyche the way it should be, that's not an issue. It's not an issue. We could argue this until I'm blue in the face. And I heard Mike talking about that the other day about being best friends with your partner. And I wholeheartedly disagree. I think you should be very, very close friends with your partner because whenever there isn't sex to glue you together, something's got to glue you together. And if you're that replaceable, because anybody can, literally anybody, any man and woman can have sex together, okay? You have to have more of a connection, far more of a connection than that. If you want it to last, if you want to be the old couple holding hands, walking off in the sunset, The Notebook, or whatever the fuck kind of love story you can think of. My grandparents used to tell me of arguments and times whenever they barely talked to each other for a long time. Okay, if you want to have that fucking real strong bond where things don't tear you apart, then being friends with somebody is exceptionally important. That's my opinion. So I tend to disagree, but everybody has their own opinions. When I was younger, I probably would have said something like that too. But I've been through enough experiences and enough relationships that, yeah, that makes, if you're not friends, you get the arguments and the disagreements, the spats. If you're friends with your person, then it's you love being around them. You're around them because you just want to hang out. You go places together because you want to do things together. That's me and my old lady. We're close. I don't know what I'd do without her. I love her. She's, I like, if I could name you everything I've ever wanted in a personality and in a person, that would be my old lady. She's awesome. I love her. And I'm not nearly, she deserves better than me even, but for some reason she loves me. I don't know. I don't know why. Not much about me to love. And I'm not the argumentative type. So I gave you my opinion. You have your opinion. Not going to try to change your mind. Learn. Life will teach you, and you will learn on your own eventually. What's happening? Thanks for stopping in, man. I'm just kind of in here bullshitting. We're just having fun, yip yapping and chit chatting. Going on, what is it, 45 minutes now. As soon as I came down here, like, I never fails. If I run down here at the last second, turn my computer on, and try to start this thing up 3 times, I got the blue screen of death as soon as I started trying to launch programs. There's something on here. A couple of these programs are not playing well together. Or, like I said, it might be the fact that I took out the Wi-Fi card on this motherboard and used a little adapter that looks kind of like a Wi-Fi card to plug it in, and used it for an NVMe drive, and that might be causing some issues. But I'm about to take that out. I said that before. But the laptop I bought's not upgradable, so give it to the old lady. Now she has a laptop. She says, I have to figure out how to use one. I said, come on. Really? You don't have to figure out how to use a fucking laptop. Everybody knows how to use a laptop. Without a doubt, there will always be times when things are tough and you have to have enough of a bond to get through that. There's been a lot of times when that I've seen, especially with women, they don't have any fucking problem just cutting ties with somebody. If they have this idea in their head, like, oh, well, this or that isn't good enough, or you said something that hurt my feelings, and now I'm just going to fucking dump you and move along. Fucking women, man. You got to have a closer bond than that if you really think your relationship can stand the test of time. There has to be enough holding you together. Like when I went to after the weekend, when I went down to Mike's, we went over to Gettysburg Bike Week. Originally, I was supposed to do that. My lady was supposed to go to work, and I was just going to go. And that's not how it went. I asked some brothers if they wanted to go. None of them could get off work or to go. So I said I was supposed to go Thursday through Sunday. So I canceled Thursday. I let my old lady call off work on Friday, and I took her with me. I really would have rather, from the beginning planned it for her and I to go together, but she doesn't have the luxury of paid vacation. And if she takes too much time off work, one, I'm worried she'll get fired, and two, it hurts our income significantly. One of the big things I always said about a relationship is you got to find somebody, look at their flaws, and find someone whose flaws you can live with, especially when you're older, because the changing somebody thing just doesn't work. You're not going to change somebody, especially when you're older. Like teaching an old dog new tricks, you're not going to teach an old dog new tricks. You got to find somebody whose flaws you can live with. Naomi, when you're young, I gotta say, my thoughts very much align with what you're saying, and it's a little matter of perspective, I suppose. But it's not that I think either of what you're saying or what I'm saying is wrong. That's a perspective thing and an age thing, something I've learned. I can tell by your picture. My wife thinks I'm good looking. I think she's a fucking liar. So, well, here's the thing. Okay, I don't know too many people that look in the mirror and go, I'm a fucking sexy motherfucker. Those are the kind of people I don't usually like. I don't like arrogance. Arrogance in people pisses me off. I don't know. But the weird thing about that is that's one of the things most women like the most. They love arrogant, self-confident pieces of shit. Just saying. Whatever. If you listen to a woman long enough, they will, and they tell you, "Oh, I look for this and this and this and that guy," and usually it's pretty much the opposite of all the guys they pick, and that's how they do it. I think they make a list the most desirable qualities. I want a guy that's nice, and a guy that fucking opens doors for me, and a guy that wants to pay for the dinners and all this shit, and I want a guy to just sit and talk to me and listen to what I have to say. I want a guy that won't be abusive and all this shit, and then they pick the opposite. They just go with the exact. Then they complain. I don't understand why I'm always picking out. Oh, you got these guys and they're always assholes. All men are assholes. And hey, you fucking pick them. You know, fucking women are this fucking balls and fucking ball and nut jobs. Big old ball, a psychotic nut case. Fucking don't make any sense bullshit. But then again, here's one of the tricks. You have to realize they're different. Don't try to make them something they're not. Accept women for what they are. Psychos. I'm too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat. What you think about that? I'm gonna get copyright struck for trying to fucking sing a goofy song. I'm a model. I know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Fucking HardWire's eating fucking gummies and trying to do a show and being a retard. Oh my goodness. Well, we're going on an hour and be acting like a dumbass and just bullshitting with you guys. Oh, well, Jason's here now. I gotta at least another 10 minutes because Jason's here. What's happening, my man? How you doing? You know what I also found? This happened to me multiple times, so I think it's a thing. Okay. If there's a guy your old lady talks about, and you can fucking joke about him because there's something, this he's lazy and it's fucking, you pick on him, make fun of him. They're thinking about being with him, or they got something going on. It's happened to me more than once. I don't know what it is. It's the guy you fucking pick on and you make fun of and blah blah blah, and they end up fucking running around with him. Yeah, it's a diversion tactic. Try to make you think it's the last person in the world they'd ever be with while they're doing it. Women are crazy, man. And the bad thing is men get the worst reputation for being fucking pigs and being, horrible and cheaters and blah blah blah. And it's in my experience, it's the exact fucking opposite. Exact opposite. Women are far worse in modern society at being fucking cheaters and run around and all that shit. Women are far worse than the reputation men get. Naomi wants to get defensive, but I'm a woman, and I I am butthurt by what you said. You should not be saying such things about my gender. And by all means, I don't mean all women. I don't. Just like there are some men that are stereotypically fit the role of every turdy thing you think about as the gender men get blamed for. There are the stereotype men that are like that. I'm not saying that they're not. There isn't. I mean, same thing for women. There are some few decent women out there that don't think that way. They believe in a lot of the old ways that you think of. Well, I would think of whenever I think of my grandparents and the way things used to be, and whenever fucking people stayed together their whole lives, no matter what. That's the thing I always wanted out of a relationship. The kind of relationship like my grandparents had. No matter what happened between the two of them, they found a way to stick it out, and they never quit, never gave up on each other, no matter what. That's what I always wanted, and I've never been able to find it. Every fucking woman I've ever been with, the very first sign that anything might not be exactly the way they want it, they're either leaving you or starting to run around on you and look for other options. As horrible as that might sound, but hey, what's happening, Papa? Glad you stopped in. Yeah, try not to text and drive. I used to be bad that I would do it once in a while, and I've very much tried to stop doing it. And only like if I see a text message pop up, I'll look at it quick, set my phone down, and wait till I'm sitting at a stoplight or something where I can message back. I try not to do the after all the horrible accidents and things I've heard about, and people I know that have gotten hurt because people texted on their phones, even though I'm better at it. The trick is look down, look up, look down, look up. Do it in real small pieces. Look down, look down, look up. Constantly pay attention to what's going on. And believe it or not, still within that millisecond that you're look down, look up, something bad can happen, but most of the time won't. But I've tried to get out of the habit of doing that stuff, and I've been pretty good about it. I don't know much about Tommy Lee. Uh, I know he has some fucking weird, really fucking strange takes on some things, but I've never dug into it that much. That's what she says. That's what she says. Only time will tell. She says it. We'll see. We'll see. No, I think we're a pretty good match. And I'm glad I found her, as barfy, lovey as that sounds. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're seconds from being an hour, and I've been trying to keep the shows a little shorter because nobody ever goes back and watches the real long ones. You seen me make a boob out of myself a little bit today. That's all right. I am. If you ever met me in person, I'm a little. I don't know, eccentric. I'm an eccentric individual. But I'm a goofball. I usually have to tell people like 80% of most of the things I say to people, I'm just joking around with them. If I ever say anything that's like offensive to you, odds are it wasn't meant to be. If I get angry enough to say something I don't want to be offensive, believe me, you'd know. You'd know. Sometimes some people don't know how to take me because I am a little different. But at any rate, I love all of you. Thank you for coming to the show today. Appreciate you. I love you. God bless each and every one of you. Always have a good ride if you ride. If you don't, be careful when you drive. Watch out for bikers.
Hittin' it with HardWire. We're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life feels real. Yeah, held a new path on that twisted black line. A YouTube dream where his past can't confine. With every rev, he's reclaiming his soul, teaching the world how to ride, how to roll. Rising up high when the shadows surround. HardWire's the name, and he's making it loud. Hittin' it with